as you can see, I'm out walking. Didn't really have anything to say, but I just wanted to come on and say, hey, that's pretty much it. Good morning. I'm just walking. It might be a silent walk. It might be a super chatty one. Who's to say? I just pressed the go live and I'm just walking basically. So this is where I saw that, where we saw that, I don't even want to say the word, the slithering thing that we saw out here. But, you know, seeing it one time out of 100 times, it'll be okay. Or y'all can call somebody to give me help or something. I don't know. Hi. Hi, Kim J. Yep. So I'm really just walking. Nothing too headed nowhere. Just walking out, enjoying the Saturday. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be a chatty type of live or just a calm, quiet one. I have no clue. We'll just do whatever comes. So literally, I'm just walking. I hope you all are having a good day. Does anybody have any big or small plans? Small, when I say small, they don't really have to be, I wouldn't consider them small. I would just consider them, if you have some peaceful plans like staying at home, that's also cool. Sleep, oh my God. Now that's a plan. Sleeping all day. That sounds like a good day. Fairy, bread, army, KF Jelly, Jamie Hopkins. Both of those sound fun. Sleep all day. Maybe sleep all day, make chocolates all night. That'd be fun. Hello. Okay. Confetti chocolate. So, tell me, I remember one time my grandmother tried to make chocolate with me and I was like impatient. Apparently you have to like watch it when you do the confetti chocolate. Okay, and you're telling me it's vanilla flavor. So, do you put the confetti, is that a in the chocolate process or an after? Or is it kind of, it sounds like maybe it could be like birthday cake thing to where it's kind of in the chocolate. But I could also see where you kind of roll it in, like roll the chocolate in the confetti after. And Andy, Liz, what book are you wanting to finish? Yes, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that part out so we don't. If I see it, I'm gonna just turn the jets on and go a different way. But yeah, hopefully he's having a good Saturday somewhere else, not in the same path that I'm going, and we just both have a good day. I got melting pellets. Okay, perfect. That's good, Kim J. You know, sometimes, like literally today, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, like minute by minute. I was supposed to go for coffee with my neighbor, but she had a health emergency. So that kind of switched my plans, and I had time to come out here. And so that's good too. I hope that she's okay, and I hope that we get to do it, go for coffee some other time. So neither one of us, you know, she also didn't know, couldn't have planned that that was going to be her day. Exactly. Kim J, if we see him, he's busy. He's doing his own thing. That was because my husband was out here, and you know, he was probably making it was his vibe. I don't give the vibe of for that to come out. So it's not going to come out. It's okay. So the book is called Bad Wolf. Okay. It's called Bad Wolf. Is it like horror? You have to do a minute on defroster, then do a 30. Oh, geez, Louise. See? And that's why me and my grandma got into it when she tried to show me how to make chocolate, because I do not have the attention span for that. I remember, you can't talk on that phone and cook at the same time. Well, if you get a pudding texture, then heat from a maybe that's something I can try this fall, is to try to go back and do that right. Like, not just say, oh, I don't have the attention span, or oh, I can't do it, but just from one experience, because that's crazy to say from one experience I don't have the attention span to do something. Come on now. That was just one time, one experience. And our minds kind of have that thing where we are like, if you say something is true about yourself, then you only see those things. I don't see how my attention span has me out here walking daily. I don't see how the fact that I'm able to, you know, come on here and have an attention span to pay attention to multiple conversations. So anyways, thank you for bringing that up. I know that had nothing to do with what you were saying, but yeah, it's not hard. I don't do scary. Okay. Shifting communities. Okay, let me get back to that. If it was frosting texture, you burned it. Yeah, okay, that's probably me. I think that's what happened with the chocolate that we were making. Shifting communities, Bad Wolf. Okay. I might look, I might look into that one. I think you might have told me about that. I think you might have told me about that before. I'm not sure. If you have a chance, could you like the video? So if it's pudding texture, that's what I like about cooking and recipes and stuff like that. There's so much information that if you follow the directions, you will get there. You might not get there on the first time, but you will get there. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kim J. So yeah, I mean, you motivate me as well. I was thinking about that hula hoop. So I don't know how to hula hoop. I know Andy Liz does know how to hula hoop, but that weighted hula hoop does look fun. Um, I don't know what happened. Nothing happened that I know of. When you're cooking, oh yeah, with the hula hoop, like in a circle. You know what? That's also something to try. It's like try some fun, like kid activity. That can hold on, fairy. You're kind of leading me down a road. I'm thinking now, what if I do something to where I can make chocolate? I can do hula hoop, like I can do all that like childhood stuff, inner child stuff. But now that, unlike cooking, now cooking, I feel like you can follow the recipe and it kind of works out eventually. Somehow with things like hula hoop, skating, that kind of stuff, it doesn't come as natural. Uh, it seems like there's a little bit more to it, but maybe not. Yes. Okay. So chocolate making is a little bit more tedious than other things. Okay. Yes, that's me too, fairy. Okay. So chocolate doesn't have a recipe. It's just make it hot. Maybe add some cinnamon. Boom, yummy. Okay. So for me, the recipe is kind of in the. I gotta look for the texture, look for the signs. It's kind of like, well, I'm not gonna say it's kind of but like when you're frying chicken or something and you have to, you know, the sound that the grease makes when it's hot enough. Like some people might use a thermometer, I guess, but you kind of know that beautiful sound that it makes when you have it just right. I'm going into some interesting area now. It's a little too grassy over here. Let's, but yeah. So basically, I guess that for me is like exactly the recipe is don't burn it. Patrice Denise, good morning. So I want to first say I got to get back on trail now. I've been looking at this phone and I'm not on trail. Hold on 1 second. Because now I'll be in his area. Now, what I wanted to say was Kim J did a 7-day challenge with a weighted hula hoop. So you should check that out if you are thinking about the weighted hula hoop. I have so many gadgets. Um, but that really did look fun and looks effective. I mean, there's that's like a way to think about like working your core without like really thinking about working your core. You can learn how long different kinds of chocolate. Okay. Whoop. That makes sense. So it's one of those things, the chocolate making is one of those things that you got to do more than once to really get it down. That's understandable. I think that's with a lot of things. I think that goes back to the hula hoop thing, that you got to have to be doing it more than once. And then eventually it'll feel like, oh, you just move real fast in a circle. Or if it's skating, oh, you just, slide from side to side, glide from side to side. So it just depends. I never heard of blue vanilla. Okay, I know it seems like I'm having a million conversations, but I kind of like it that way. I'm good with it. So we're talking about hula hoops. We're talking about chocolate, okay? And I'm about to ask um, Patrice Denise about her books. Like, I know she was reading, she just got 2 new books. I could tell from the conversation that she had probably started Don't Believe Everything That You Think. I think that she probably started that book because now I got stuck on a tree. Oh, baby, my mind. Yes, stay on trail. I can't save you. He sure won't. But somebody would have to get him on the line. No. Kim J, I think I saw you skating before. I think might have made it up. But did you go to like a skate party or something? No. Maybe I saw you with you were it was going to like a boots. You had boots, you were dressed up real cute. But either way. Okay. Thank you, Fairy. So vanilla chocolate, but it's dyed blue. That's cool. That's not is that the one you're doing with confetti or is that a whole different concept? Kim J, exactly. I don't wanna talk about no one thing. I can do all these. You see how I'm doing it? You see how I'm talking about it like boom, bam? I can follow the confetti and the chocolate, and I can follow the hula hoop and the I can follow. See, of course I made it up. Have a vivid imagination. But yes, you look good at that rodeo party. You looked good going to that rodeo party. Not to say you don't look good every day. And I feel like here recently, I see that your face looks smaller, but yeah, you you looked good that day, and you look good every day. But that day, I feel like you were showing out. Okay, Patrice Denise, but that one may be next. Okay, so you started the 12-week year. Awesome, getting yourself ready. Exactly, you were talking about that. You were talking about getting yourself ready for the new year. That's kind of how we're uh me and you are like in that way of like planning ahead and kind of not really um we just like to plan ahead. Like, yes, we can be in the moment and we're gonna be doing what we need to do in the moment, but nothing wrong with having a plan, you know. Nothing wrong with it. So as some of you, most of you watching probably know, that 75 hard situation has been, I'm on like day, let's say 84, 85 of consistency, because no day did I not have my water, my workouts, my nutrition at the forefront of my life. But I'm determined that I'm going to finish 75 hard. But it's hard to keep talking about it. So I'm just wondering, how do I mean, I know how I do it, but it's like I'm probably going to be just talking about my journey, my wellness journey, and then boom, one day it'll be day 75. I finished 75 hard because I'm getting so tired of talking about that. It's the same stuff and I'm doing it every day. But like I said, it's like day 84 of doing it. It at this point it's just how I do things. So Fairy says, every time I make chocolate, I make one that I fill with chocolate syrup because chocolate syrup doesn't harden in the fridge. Okay. So I have liquid filled one. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, don't get me started with this because there are what I would, when you say that, it makes me think, how can we put that with some ice cream? Because now we've got the hard chocolate with the syrup in the middle that's gonna like crack. And I'd like to put some ice cream with it, okay? Okay. That's what I'm thinking. That's what make me think. I bet it is yummy. And there's so many things. I'm not going down that road. I'm not going down that road. But that is that is something that I can think about. The syrup doesn't crack. No, I'm saying when you crack, like this is my vision. Okay? I have my ice cream. I have my chocolate that has the syrup in it inside. And I'm gonna take the spoon and I crack the chocolate open. The syrup comes out. falling ever so gently onto my ice cream as I dip that spoon, that cold spoon, into the ice cream, chocolate, and you got to make a big one. Okay, Fairy? Please, please, you're trying to ruin my fantasy. So then we're going to take that crack with the cold spoon and we're going to get the perfect amount of syrup, the perfect amount of chocolate, and the perfect amount of ice cream. And that's amazing. Okay. So after I kind of went somewhere for a little bit, guys. I'm back. I like I'm like that too with my videos. I'm like, oops, what day are we on? So I'm thinking I'm just about umbrella. Yes, under Wellness Diaries. And whatever I'm doing. Yeah, I understand. I understand. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Let me get this. My bead is falling off after my lovely story. Okay. Andy Liz says, my latest chocolate obsession is blue diamond dark chocolate, salted walnuts with Chobani vanilla, 20 grams of protein yogurt. Okay. I do love Chobani. Chobani. Okay, so they have this, they have the vanilla, but then they have vanilla salted caramel, which is also really good. It's like for me a tiny step up from the, it's a tiny step up from the just only vanilla. I do not like dark chocolate, but I respect your your decision to do that. And I know it's a healthier option, but it just ain't gonna work. Okay, so Patrice Denise, exactly. I mean, I can, again, why can't we talk about the 12? Uh, why can't we talk about the 12-week year, hula hoops, and chocolate at the same time? I mean, we can't, I can tie anything together. You know I will. Meant for like clay and stuff. What? Hold on, let me go back. Chocolate, I like chocolate. Okay. Mochi. Is that something that I would find this word? I don't know how to say it. Mochi, mochi, something like that. Would I find that the chocolates are pretty small? Is that something that I would find like in an Asian thing? There's these little things that are green. I don't know. Meant for like clay stuff. Okay, so maybe that's a better, yes. Okay, that's a better type of chocolate to use for that. I'm following. You use meltables and Ghirardelli. Now, even though might not know how to say it, Ghirardelli, however you say it, I do know how to eat them when I see them they used to sell those at like the Jones store, which shows how old I am, like Macy's, Dillard's, all that kind of stuff. They used to sell that, and that is like my favorite type of chocolate. See, cracking it. You crack into that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's going to be good, Kim J. But, we'll do what we can. We're not going to do too much. But, I can think about it. There's no calories in thinking about it, right? Okay, perfect. Mochi. Mochi? Mochi. Now, you tried to phonetically break it down for me. Hopefully, hopefully I did it justice. Yes, mochi. Okay, mochi is this Japanese squishy thing. Mochi. Squishy thing filled with ice cream. Okay, see, and now I feel like I've seen that. It's somewhere in my memory bank, but I can't place it. They're little melting pellets. Okay, Godiva. I love this brand. Yeah. Is that what I'm thinking of? Godiva? Is that what they had at Mochi? Mochi. Yep, I think I got it now. If I'm not saying it right, then that just shows you I wasn't paying attention in school when they were breaking that stuff down. Obviously. Now, like with that being said, I also like to bring up the fact that when I comment on videos, sometimes YouTube puts it on the wrong video, and then I know the person be lost, like, why is she talking about this thing on this video? And I would have meant that for a whole new video, whole different video. So feel free to erase any comment from me that does not make sense. I will not be offended, because what in the world? Anyways, okay, let me pause so I can get back on track with what's going on. So we got the mochi down. And then Kim J says, but some picked it back up, fairy like me. It's been fun. It's a whole 7-day challenge going on. Yeah, okay. So are you all talking about the hula hoop? I think. Can I truly follow? Because I'm over here. I have like Snowbell. It's not like a snowball without the extra chocolate layer ice cream instead of cream. Sounds good. Yes. You know what? You know what? I'm going to look into how much those hula hoops cost, because sometimes it's just fun. Even though, okay, even if I don't, even if it's not going to give, which it's not going to give 36, 24, 36 by next week. You know what I'm saying? Can we have a little fun with a hula hoop? Can we have a little fun with moving our bodies? Yes. So it doesn't have to be like it's gonna, it's a way to move my body. My core is gonna be working. It has no choice. So therefore, let me see how much it is. If it's a good price, if it's a price I can live with, I might get it just to have a little fun with friends, my online friends, you all. Why not? Yes, Godiva, not Gardner. Yes, Godiva, you would know. But we're talking no, she's talking about me, the fairy. She's talking about me, that I'm probably talking about Godiva. I think that's who was sold in the department stores. I have one somewhere next to my mini stepper. That's the thing. And I have a mini stepper as well that's not being used. I think I like both the Godiva and the Ghirardelli. I'm messing it up. Okay? I'm messing up the name. But I know I've had both, and I enjoy them. They're good. They're good. Y'all, now if I trip and fall on some chocolate today, just know I'm blaming you all. So anyway, yeah, the hula hoop. It looks fun. I would like to, maybe I should get, here we go. You know how I get on my activities of like skating, I learn to swim, all that kind of stuff. I get on these activities, but what else is there in life but, different things. So look at, dang, I feel like I'm all over the place. But I do want to show y'all this, because this is, I don't know, some kind of mushroom, or what is it called? But I saw these at another place, and they are cute. I'm not going to touch them, but they're growing out of these trees. Some kind of fungus growing out of the trees. They're cute. But, yeah. Publix are Ollie's. You know what? So I don't have either of those. The Publix are in Ollie's, but we do have Kroger. It's probably somewhere around that kind of thing. Or I think I've seen them at Aldi's, which I haven't been to in a long time. Yes, the little fungus, it does look cute. Now, I'm not going to mess with it because I don't know enough to be messing with it, but they are cute. Okay, so with this hula hoop thing, what my mind is telling me is, why don't you get the weighted one and a regular one? And then you can, what am I trying to say? And then you can kind of practice both. Because now I know that the regular hula hoop is pretty cheap. And since summer is leaving, I should be able to get that at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 if they haven't gone up on the on the dollar items. Five at once? Yeah, see, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get there. But so Fairy was saying she remembers kids slinging 5 hula hoops around at once. Okay, see, I'm gonna start with the one. See if I can get that down. Now, once I get the one, because I can do it around my arm, probably. I never probably tried it. But in theory, I think I can. So that shouldn't be a problem. It's the hip situation. So I'm gonna try that. Breaking breaking the pink and purple section was okay. See, you had a fun childhood. You were actually kicking it. You were doing it. You were kicking it. I wasn't kicking it like that. I should. There's a lot of stuff. If I could go back and be 7 years old, I would be trying to get down on the. I need to learn how to skate. I need to learn how to swim. I need to learn how to play hand clap, like ferociously play hand clap. Like I want to be boom, 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 boom. All of that. I need to get back into the jacks. Like, let's just do it. That's what I will be coming back on a mission to kind of like get all that figured out. Okay, the pink and purple ones break easy. It just pops in and out. Okay, well, I will try to avoid that one. See, that's probably the one that they would have at the Dollar Tree. If they still make those, I don't know. You all have made this time fly by. What time is it? Okay, that's good. I was supposed to do some filming. I didn't really want to film anyways. I just wanted to get like some B-roll, which I still can. And I will, even if I just get it on my way out. Just wanted to get some B-roll of me like walking out here. Whatever. I brought both my cameras. I got the DJI, and I also got that Insta360 that I had. So I wanted to like try to get some angles. Good question, Fairy. So B-roll is like stuff you play in the background. So really this isn't B-roll in this, but if just say like if somebody's doing a sit down video or a video where they're just running their mouth, and then there's a clip of them doing something but they're not actually talking or anything, that they're just like adding to what they're saying by showing you some video of something. So today I'm trying to do a like morning, like an intro to a video where I woke up, I did my like, this hill is kicking my butt. I did like a breakfast, did like just basically did like a car ride. I was singing in the car, but I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna put music over it. Just stuff to kind of add to the video. The DJI is good. It's good. So I took it out while we were at a restaurant yesterday, and I realized how like easy it is to use, like as far as it doesn't look like a camera, so it doesn't feel as intimidating to use. I like that. I do like I don't know if it's as good a quality as the Sony V1 or whatever, but I do like that it is comparable versus the Insta360, which is not necessarily, but I still want to use the Insta360 because I pay a good amount of money from it. You sound like a teacher with a good question. So actually, for real, seriously, you know what? Good question. Great question. I'm so glad you asked. Is that what it sounds like? Great question. Glad you asked. So, class, would anybody like to share what B-roll is? I can't be an English teacher. Have you listened to me? Have you been hearing me? I don't think I could be a good English teacher. I could be, what subject would I teach in school? None of them. None of them. Hmm, not a one. Oh my goodness. Barry says I sound like her fourth, fifth grade English teacher. Wow. You know what? Okay. But I don't really, I don't try to use very good English. So I guess that's why I would count myself out. I may know it, but just rest assured if I write a comment or when I'm talking that it's going to be off. Like I'm going to come back. Somebody will respond to a comment that I left and I'll be like, okay, and there's a typo right there. So my stuff is never right. It's never right. Yes, I want to purchase. Kim J said she wants to purchase the DJI, but yeah, I got it for my husband got it for me for my birthday. Yeah, that's why I got it. I basically, when my other camera broke, I just said, hey, that's what I want for my birthday, and that probably was in, I don't know, May or so. I came to the conclusion that I don't want to be the type of person. I know people like to be surprised and stuff like that. I don't like surprises. And I'm not trying to be like, you better do this. But I said, you know, what a person can afford. So, hey, I said, hey, this is what I want. And I just moved on. And he can I wasn't going to be like terribly upset if he didn't get it. But either way, yes, anyway, I got it. I'm happy, blah, blah. But I've come to a fork in the road where I'm tired of people picking my gifts. Just to be honest with you, I want to pick my own gift. And I picked my own gift. I'm already thinking about what I want for Christmas. That's just how I'm getting about it. Whether that's right or wrong, that's how I'm getting about it. Okay, thank you, Fairy. You think I would be an awesome teacher? I used to teach my brothers, but I was a little bossy with them. But I think now that I'm a little older, well, a lot of older, I would be, I may have more patience. Have I tried mushroom foraging? I think you like it since you like going out on nature walks. Yeah, I have not tried it. I'm a little scared, but that is something I would be kind of interested in because why not? And I've seen people, especially people from other cultures, like picking different things, and I know that they're going to eat it. So it's like, But again, I don't know enough about it, and I don't want to just fall out. So yeah, I'd have to get the details. They jacked those prices up almost double earlier this year, so I opted to wait. For sure. I hope it does come back down because that is so true. Like if we would have got it when we first saw the price, it was a totally different thing. And that also makes me think like, because it was more comparable to, not the same as the Insta360, but more comparable to it before. And so now it's making me feel like, now I got these two cameras and are they kind of the same? And it makes me feel like I should use them both. I'm just going to use them both. My science teacher just yelled at us, what do you mean too bossy? Well, I don't know. Well, when I was younger, of course, and my niece is like this too, I just wanted them to do it my way. And I just really didn't understand that everybody kind of has their own way of doing things, of course, because I was like 5 or 7 years old. And I really just didn't understand that, people have their own pace and there's more than one right answer. It doesn't have to be exactly, he doesn't have to draw the A exactly like I drew it in order for it to be correct. And I would just go off. I have a scar on my foot. Little secret. I have a scar on my foot from kicking a mirror. I kicked and broke a mirror because my mother and my brother were singing the Barney song wrong. The I love you, you love me. That's how serious I took right and wrong. Like, do it right or don't do it at all. I said, that's not how you do it. And I paid the price. So maybe that's was a part of me learning that it's not that deep. You know, let them be wrong. They were having a good time singing it. Maybe that was enough. Maybe that was the, maybe that was what we were supposed to be doing. Right, very exactly. Like, use my brain. Why are you trying to use your brain? What's going on? When, yes, they were actually supposed to use their brain. They were supposed to use their brain. So, that was a lesson to learn. So that I now am able to do it better with my children. And, you know, if I have grandchildren, maybe I'll do it better with them or anybody that I meet that no, people are not supposed to be like me. They're supposed to be like themselves. Yes. Oh, see, you got yours for 400. Oh, wait. Yeah, you got a deal. Oh, oh, don't tell me that. Patrice, why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say that? Yes, I wish I would have got mine too at that time. Yes, so I took that a little serious, but that that I did that, and I have a scar on my foot from it, and I was punished. I did not get to watch TGIF. It happened on a Friday. I could not watch TGIF. That night, I missed Michelle, which is Full House. I missed Family Matters. So it was just not worth it. It wasn't worth it. But I learned a lesson. I might tree fall asleep. Let me look up. I'm glad y'all find that funny. But that's my personality. That has been my personality. But I grew out. I feel like I've grown out of it. I let people be now. I don't punish myself definitely for that, for them, but I try to let people be. Okay, Fairy, you better go to sleep because for real, you had a plan for the day. And your plan was you were supposed to be sleeping all day. You were going to be in bed. And I want you to stick to the plan. You've got to stick to the plan. Oh, fell asleep at 1 a.m. Okay, yeah. Go to bed. It's nothing to do other than that. If that's what your plan is for today, please do your plan. You got to. You got to. See, I fell asleep at 11 and that was already too late for me because I'm an old lady. I prefer to be asleep. I would like to be snoring by 9:30. It rarely happens, but still. Might watch anime instead of sleeping or write a book or draw. Okay. That sounds like fun. So tell me about what if you tell me about the anime, I'm not gonna do it justice. Are you going to see that movie? Is that the right type of anime? Because my husband was like, oh, that's this type of anime. And then I'm like, okay, well, forget it. what's what's the right type of anime? But there's a movie that just came out that I think is anime. Are the books, what genre are your books? Yes, my son loves anime too, and I think him and his friends are going to see that movie, the movie that I do not watch. I mean, that I do not know the name of. Oh, you write horror. Okay. See, that's something that I'm thinking about getting into for this. October is coming. I've never read a horror book. Are any of your books published or available yet? Because if so, maybe you can be my first horror book. And one is about God's suicidal daughter he won't let die. So, okay. No, they ain't. Okay, see. Okay, well, let me know when they're finished because I'm in the market. So, was this a my husband was telling me about a book, or no, it was a video game. Never mind. And I don't want to spoil it if somebody was to be, but it had a situation where these people were like stuck in a painting, and the parents were trying to get the person out of a painting. I don't know what it was called. That's that half listening I be doing. But I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna be reading a book that'll hopefully help me with this half listening that I do. Because I'm really bad. Every time somebody asks me a follow-up question about something somebody said, I'm always like, I do not know. Like, I just grab the pieces I can grab. You said about the ADHD, I grab the pieces that I can of the conversation and I move on. I can't take the whole conversation. I don't know what happened. But when I find out, if I can come back and respond, I don't know if it lets me do that on these. I think this is where that slithery thing was. So I'm going to just pivot and go this way. It's going to take years. That's understandable. That's understandable. That's good that you, I feel like some people don't acknowledge that things are going to take longer. Then they just say like, I'm going to, I want this done by, February 2026 or something like that. And don't acknowledge that in order for it to be right and be exactly what they want it to be, it might take some time. Okay. I recommend Crank by Ellen Hopkins. Ellen. Look at me. You talking about me being an English teacher. Or Skinny by someone else. I don't remember the name. I like the name because it seems like we're going to go into the fact of maybe that being something like that's part of the scary. I will see. Charmed episode, it sounds like a Charmed episode. I do love Charmed, and it probably was. But this one was really intricate. It was a really intricate story, and I was listening, but I can't give you the blow by blow of it because I don't remember. But I was listening for sure. That I can tell you. Skinny is about an overweight girl who was bullied and got gastric bypass, and her life is kind of falling apart. You know what? That might be a good book for me because people do think that changing will make. Her name is Ever. That's pretty. People do think that that your life will just be perfect if you have this body that you think that you're supposed to have, and it tends to remain the same, or there may be some hiccups. So yeah, because that's only one part of it. Your physical is only one part of like it's your mind and yeah, that's kind of a hard hit for people that life is still life. No matter what size you are, stuff's still gonna come on at you. So yeah, that does sound like one for me to start with. And I figured it would be in that, like, Allie. I didn't predict the gastric bypass. I didn't predict the particulars, but I knew that by the name. She's losing her best friend, Rat, and her childhood crush Jackson loves her again after not liking her when she was overweight. Stepsister is now dating Rat, etc. Okay, so see, and that's hard to deal with, of people of the rejection of when I was this way, you didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hoes all on me. That's a problem, and I get that. So I would enjoy that. Rat is a nickname. His name is like Teddy or something. You know what? And he's a rat for let me see. He's a rat for dating her stepsister. You know what I'm saying? But he no, just kidding. But she still likes Jackson. Yeah, but I don't play that. You know, if you didn't like me then, you don't like me now. You better get out of my face. That's how I am. But to each their own. But me, you can go, baby, because I'm still the same OG. And if you don't like me, then you don't like me now. You may leave. Okay, good, 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 good. I'm glad she has Jackson. But I don't like that for me. Oh, hi, Amber. Girl, we're having a lot of so there's a lot of conversations going on, okay? We're talking about a book, a horror book called Skinny. We were talking about hula hoops. We were talking about chocolate, making chocolate, and a lot of things in between. So, if you would like to have another conversation, I can have 5 to 10 conversations at a time. It's no problem. How are you this morning? Oh, Skinny isn't hard. Okay, see? I just made it up. Rat's the one. Girl, I'm going to have to read the book because I'm all confused. Okay, Jackson. He, again, we don't he didn't like her before. Let me get it all straight. He did not like her before. Now he see her. Now she hot. He all on her. Now, got it? Rat is helping her, but he's also dating her stepsister. I will have to read it to get the details. Crank. I recommended it with Crank, which is hard. So probably why you thought that. Okay, see, it's a lot. I almost fell. It was a dip here. You can't really tell, but I almost felt like the sky. Okay. I totally agree with your philosophy. I had similar experience in my misspent youth. Yeah, I don't like that. But anyway, because um I don't know, I just don't want to give people a chance to play with me. It's just not my thing. Especially, people that you're dating, because you never know what size or shape or condition you're going to end up with. So if it's somebody who, here goes another type of fungus mushroom situation. Um, if it's somebody who doesn't see me for me, like for real, see the the amazingness of me, then I really can't really do much with you. If you're that blind, if you're that mentally, spiritually blind, I don't care what you can see physically, because you need you're mm. Anyway. Fairy, I'm probably misunderstanding the whole thing. He don't like her. Okay. He after bypass, I'm gonna have to read it, because I'm sure I'm just making I'm making my own story up. It sounds like. Doesn't even recognize herself in a reflection after, which is understandable. Okay, Amber Bear, you are running around. Are you going to the thrift store today? How's everybody? How's the family? I saw you were catching up on videos. Then I went over and I don't think I saw a new video. But how's everybody? I mean, that's understandable. I don't know how our minds and reflections don't like connect, but they rarely do. Well, I can say in my mind, what I see on a video or on a picture, I know they call it body dysmorphia, but I rarely see like what other people see, and sometimes that's for the good or the bad, because I never really see when if I gain weight, I don't see that in the mirror for real. I can see it in pictures, typically of what somebody else took, or if it's a moving around video, like the video that I'm going to post on Monday of the vacation. I could tell in those clothes that I was bloated. I'm like, oh, okay. But I wouldn't have even, it wouldn't have come up because I just see myself. I think the affinity that I have for myself blinds me in the moment. But in pictures, I'll be like, who is that? Almost went to the thrift store, but Amari was knocked out in the car. Yeah, I like when you go to the thrift store and are on live. I want to pick out some stuff because through you, because I don't want to spend no money, but I want to pick it out on you. Girl in the mirror, girl in the glass. Kim J said she can be that way too. I mean, she did lose 100 pounds in less than 2 months. Okay, yeah. 100 pounds in less than 2 months. Like, this is a story because that's pushing it. I know she had gastric bypass, but that's a bit much. I don't know how much she weighed before, but my goodness gracious. It's going to take your mind a bit to catch up to that. But yeah, I don't know. And sometimes it's the other people have it the other way where they are, they see themselves as they don't like what they see in the mirror. I think my mind always kind of tells me we're good. It says we're good. But then I'll see a picture and I'll say, again, who is this? Because I looked in the mirror this morning and I was told we were good, but this isn't looking like me. I don't know who that is. I don't know this woman. Yeah, she weighed 300 something, is down to like 206 weeks. Yeah, dang. That's an interesting book. I might not be ready for that book. I might not be ready for that book. In my current thing, let me get a little bit of video of this on our, what is this called? The Insta. Because the Insta is like right in my pocket. It looks a mess on here. But okay, let's see. Okay. Let me say, what you say, Amber? Editing. I have some edited videos. I'm just trying to figure out what to do first, girl, because it's been forever. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Just throw it on out. No, don't listen to me. Do not listen to me. That part, mirror versus picture, is crazy. Right, because I wonder what it is. I think the think and the thoughts really don't matter. But if I had to try to rationalize it, I'm thinking that because I love myself so much, I'm just like, okay, boom, it looks good. Girl, you look good. And mind you, I'm only looking at myself from one angle. When you step to the mirror, you are holding your stomach a certain way, shoulders back, chest up, you're looking forward. So then if you see a picture from the side or from the back or while you're in motion, that ain't the same thing as you picture ready. Even though you're taking a mirror photo, or if you're taking a picture of yourself, you are shoulders back, chest forward. It's about the picture. It's about that versus how you look when you're just roaming around. But whatever. Went from breaking the chair to running 2 miles in like an hour. Kim J said it. So the book we were talking about is called Skinny. I haven't read it, but it does sound like a really interesting book and a good like talking point book, if somebody was like interested in that kind of thing. It didn't hit me in person nor picture for real until 2024. I started losing weight. I was like, why nobody told me? Because clearly I was blinded by self-love. For real. It can be a good or a bad thing. Because I just didn't know. Until a certain picture comes along, you just don't know. You just don't know because I just haven't seen any changes. And I'm telling you, I can gain like 50 pounds and I won't see it, not a change. I'll say, I look good. Because the dimensions are the same, like what is it called? The waist to hip ratio, it stays the same. You know, it all kind of stays the same, so it don't really affect me like that. Versus, yeah, those pictures. And I was at first getting mad with my husband, like, well, why did you take this picture? But you can't, you cannot blame a person for snapping a pic. I'm like, it's like, why are you taking these terrible pictures? Like, I think you're the problem. Could it be you? Because it'd be much easier to blame someone else than to change me, you know? So yeah, but I feel like I'm doing really well. And why I say I'm doing well is because like there is no wagon that I'm on right now where that I can fall off. I can't really fall off because every day I'm waking up with the resolve that I'm going to take care of myself. And that has just been really working out. I have been enjoying it. I'm ready to get back on track. I was going to like try to do something else to try to, run from having to make weekly vlogs for a couple of weeks so that I could kind of, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to just keep the story going because I get text messages from people that know me and stuff like that, that it's helpful for them, seeing my journey, seeing my story on a weekly basis. So even if it's just helpful to one person, I'm going to keep doing it because it is helpful to me as well. And I'm sure I would like to look back on it. So I'm going to keep going, even though I feel like it's a little boring saying the same thing over and over. But I also have to look at the fact that I know people who are saying the same thing over and over, kind of. You're saying it has the same layout, but every week is its own and unique. And so, yeah, it brings its own thing. As I see in other people's videos, like you can have the same concept or thing you're talking about, but the week is going to be different based on the week. Kim J says, you already know how I feel about you. So, Kim J, I would like to develop your replying skills. You reply to comments and your comments with so much consideration, care, and detail and tact. I would like to be able to do that. I'd be like, ooh, what is her profession? Like, because she has it. You know what I'm saying? She has it. Tamika was just saying she was ready to be done. It feels old, but I think that right there when it starts to feel, right when you start to get weary, that may be where the real work is. That may be right before. A lot of people quit right if they would have stayed right when they start to get weary, when it starts to get boring. That's also a condition of, that's why maybe in other wellness attempts that I wasn't successful, because it's always this is getting hard. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of it. It's boring. It's the same thing every day. No. That is the work. That is the consistency is really the real work. It's not the fun of, oh yeah, I'm going for a walk. Day 5 of going for a walk. It's actually day 500 of going for a walk that really matters. You know what I'm saying? But it takes so many walks in between there to do that. I just found my dog hiding under my pillow. That's cute. What kind of dog do you have? If my dog hides on my pillow, I will know about it. Oh, I gotta look that up, honey. So a Chihuahua and a Wiener dog mix. She was under the foot pillow. That's cute. You all supposed to be asleep all day. She's a black mural Chiweenie. I'm gonna go with the Chihuahua Wiener dog mix. You tell me if I made that up. I'm not familiar. My dog is she is a dog. Okay, perfect. Boom. It's all in the name. That's right. That's what it was. Took a little guess and I was right. We've been talking for an hour. Y'all know the 75 hard workouts is only supposed to be 45 minutes. Well, it's supposed to be is a stretch. Like, it can be whatever you want it to be. We have to do this more often. We literally have to do this more often. Oh, I'm thinking about doing this for like, I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, guys, because it's just you and me. I'm thinking about doing this for like Vlogtober, just doing walks, because it's easier on me. If I just, I'm going to walk every day. If I just turn the camera on every day while I'm walking, why not do that? And I almost tripped again. But why not do that? And boom, bam, it's done. And I don't have to do nothing else. I can still focus on my weekly video, and I've got that done. Only thing is I gotta have my phone charged because my phone is on 5% right now. So, what was I saying? Just about the work, the joy in the work. I think I was harping on that on this week's video. It's not this week's video because again, the vacation video is coming out this Monday, and then next Monday, the video I'm talking about will come out, and then the week after that, the video I'm working on where I'm trying to have a like montage for the beginning. Yeah, I have so many things that I would like to do for Vlogtober. It's just like, some people, when you're creative, like most of the people, like people that are on here, because, Fairy is doing a lot. She's they're writing books. They are cooking, making chocolate. Okay, they're doing a lot of stuff. So we're all creatives here. And you may have a lot of ideas, but the follow through on the ideas, that's where the work is. And they're drawing. You see what I'm saying? So, but I struggle with the follow through. I have a lot of ideas, but I don't want to do a lot of them. I don't want to do the work part of it. The part that feels like work to me, I don't want to do, but that is the part I have to do. That is the part that's going to make me better. That is the part that it's not the fun stuff. Like, really, as much as walking is great and working out is great, I really don't struggle with that. I would do that anyway. I have had to make lots of strides in what I put in my mouth, and that is where the work is. That is where the bore comes in sometime, but I'm just on a really good track right now. So I'm thankful for that. Okay, what time is it? 11:44. I think I'm going to let y'all go, and I'll get my little, unless anybody has some, if you want to have some more conversations, we can do that. But if not, I will catch you next time. I was going to say next Saturday, but for now, I'll say next time. Is before I go. I can barely see because, again, the phone is about to die. Hold on. Okay. Before I go, are all hearts and minds clear? It sounds like they are. Fairy says bye. Bye, Fairy. I hope you have a good rest. I hope that confetti chocolate comes out perfect. Listen, I know it will. Especially the one with syrup. I'll be thinking about that one. All right, everybody, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Awesome.